What's the one thing that's worse than Tai Lopez?
The more that you try to put your thumb on me, the more you try to silence me, the more I'll talk about you, buddy.
Gets out, then I am, I can be held in the court of law.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are uncovering quite possibly the largest giveaway scam in history. I love watching those people go down. Solana Rhodes just rug pulled her NFT project and ran away with $1.5 million. Sam Bankman-Fried was finally arrested yesterday, putting him on the Coffeezilla wall of shame. This is the $10 million studio. I'm your host, Coffeezilla, the internet detective, and well, it's good to be back.
Before he became the Sherlock Holmes of YouTube, Coffee started out with podcast episodes as well as videos on multi-level marketing, but his first big break was from his Fake Guru series, which performed very well, in part foreshadowing what was to come from his archetype of content. In particular, his video covering Tai Lopez, who most will agree was a scam artist,
here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here,
and Ricky Gutierrez, a stock trader who sells courses instead of trading stocks. Both did extremely well, garnering hundreds of thousands of views and starting Coffee out on his path of becoming the internet detective. You would think after seeing this sort of success, Coffee would stick to it and continue on an upward trajectory. Wrong. Like a stock, Coffee saw some volatility over the years, mostly due to variances in the content he created. Although he did occasionally post guru content, many of his videos were covering random topics and they performed poorly in comparison. But then, almost as if the midlife crisis ended, Coffee posted another guru expose and this time garnered millions of views in the process.
Just yesterday, we got a report in the Vancouver Sun saying entrepreneur sued for alleged failure to pay rent on West Vancouver home. And who is that entrepreneur failing to pay rent allegedly? Dan Lok.
What I mean by that is that while he brands himself as this financial wizard who can help you become rich, he doesn't really give you much financial advice. He sort of just inspires you to buy all the shit he sells.
Dan Lok is a scammer widely known for his courses priced extortionately high alongside his sales pitches and calls. He'd often post and display his lavish lifestyle, and almost as a secret sauce, he'd funnel his viewers to his course, dangling a dream of riches like a carrot. Unlike Tai Lopez, who was exposed and outed quickly though, Dan had been around for years and would continue to scam thousands out of their money, with Coffeezilla interviewing one of the victims.
That was the biggest waste. I mean, if anything, I feel horrible that I spent the $22,000 my father spent years saving up.
He'd eventually post a follow-up to this video, yet unfortunately Coffee would again detract from the guru-centered content with videos on the world's loneliest whale and Goop is poop. Suffice to say, these didn't perform very well and Coffee returned to the exposing influencers and gurus content, which brought consistency and growth to the channel. But there was one scam Coffee would expose that would put him on the map forever.
Okay, so don't freak out, but I did spend a lot of time doing this. We're probably gonna have to chat soon. Whoa, boys.
Because of legal reasons, all I'm allowed to say right now is this. Do not believe what you're hearing online.
A Frazier, reportedly filed a cease and desist against Coffeezilla.
Which is why I'm making this video, to inform the boys, Frazier's law firm, that unfortunately, I'm gonna miss the deadline, boys.
Now, where it gets very, very interesting is also the accusation surfacing around what seems to be a former FaZe Clan manager known as Jordan Galen.
There's even more to this, okay? Because Sam Pepper, before any of this happened, was involved in his own pump and dump scandal. And I say, somebody investigate Sam Pepper. On last week's Mom's Basement, you know what that kid did, Sam Pepper?
What?
He privated his Twitter.
Guys, this has gone so beyond social media drama at this point. Like, there's legal implications for these guys, I'm sure.
All of these people making videos think that they know the truth and that they know who's responsible when they just don't.
Save the Kids was a crypto charity coin, as many of you know, that turned out to be a scam. It was promoted by some of the biggest influencers in the world.
And they were deleting tweets promoting Save the Kids left and right, damage control if you will, and backed out of the project. But Coffee did some digging to find out who was to blame and how responsible each of these influencers were.
tweet after deleted tweet, I'm hunting through, and finally, I notice a pattern of giveaways with some of these guys. They'll say something like, "This is the craziest thing I've ever done. I will double your Safe Galaxy wallet." This tweet has now been deleted, but I pulled it up in the archives. And then they pick some winners. You won. Just confirming this is the right address? Maybe you see where this is going. Let's go. Here's my wallet address. This is all we need. Using this wallet, we simply cross-check it at the time of giveaway, see that they got the winnings, and then check who sent it. We then check if that address has Save the Kids tokens and other tokens that these people have promoted in the past. If it's actually FaZe K's wallet, it should have both Safe Galaxy, which he's promoting here, and Save the Kids tokens, which he also promotes. And it does. Here's the Save the Kids tokens, and here's the Safe Galaxy tokens, which incidentally, he got from the Safe Galaxy deployer, meaning he's not just some random person, he's clearly someone with influence. That's how these tokens do it. They give free tokens to the influencers from the deployer wallet. That's all there is to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Coffee repeated this process of digging up deleted giveaway tweets, tracing the account that sent the giveaway prizes, and linking it to the relevant influencer. He eventually unearthed Sam Pepper as one of the alleged accomplices alongside FaZe K, with the entire situation evolving into a blaming contest. Both of them pointed the finger at each other and dodged responsibility, but they each have track records of committing rug pulls and scamming their followers. Coffee ended his coverage of Save the Kids with a warning to all influencers, quite fitting considering this was just the beginning of his journey exposing grifters.
FTX went from a $32 billion company to bankruptcy.
The exchange, FTX, filed for bankruptcy protection today as fallen crypto king Sam Bankman-Fried stepped down as CEO.
Is a crypto investor who lost nearly $1.3 million during the FTX collapse.
FTX is by far the holy grail when it comes to Coffee's exposing journey, with every single video on the topic surpassing 1 million views. Not only is the view count indicative of success, but also the accuracy of what he was saying, as well as exposing SBF for what he is, an uninformed fraud.
Quote, "Never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls." Not only that, he says that everything he got from SBF in the way of evidence, he has, quote, "no confidence in," which, isn't great. This is probably because A, Sam has lied, and B, it sounds like everything in his empire was a mess. Allegedly, FTX was approving expenses with, quote, "personalized emojis," and that Sam was communicating with disappearing messages that were set to auto-delete after, quote, "a short period of time." Not only that, Sam encouraged employees to do the same.
SBF's informal policy of communicating via disappearing messages is just one of many red flags that the grave of FTX carries. The way they mishandled user funds and manipulated withdrawals through a self-made backdoor are all things Coffee touches on. The innovative auditors that officially reside in the metaverse, no, I'm not joking, they officially filed with an address in the metaverse, are just one of the many other red flags. Most of us know how and why FTX collapsed, yet weren't completely sure if scam, bankrupt, fraud had intentionally engaged in risky and fraudulent practices that led to the bankruptcy. At least that was the case until Coffee shed some light. Hell, he put Sam in the spotlight for everyone to see.
If you wanted to put it this way, fungibility created during those withdrawals between assets for people who had and had not been using.
But that means that there is no separation of funds. If there's fungibility between two different buckets of cash, there are no buckets. It's just one bucket. Everyone's taking out of the bucket, which means substantially anyone who had your terms of service with digital assets wasn't actually subject to that terms of service. They were subject to the same terms of service of your margin trading.
We wanted to treat customers equally. It was an incredible.
But they had agreed to different things, so you can't treat them equally. I mean, it's like, this is the whole problem of the story of FTX and Alameda, is all the funds were being commingled. And speaking of being efficient with my time, this video is over. Lock this man up, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
That concludes Coffee's coverage of FTX and arguably the end of a chapter. But like Save the Kids, FTX is definitely not the first nor the last fraudulent situation to be uncovered by the man in the $10 million studio.